Okay, so I'm gonna just start talking because y'all, I do not ever go live on my Glow Up Season channel, and I'm like, how is y'all people gonna know who you are if you don't really show who you are? Because we can like be whoever we want to be on the internet, y'all. I'm trying to set y'all up. I'm trying to give y'all good quality so y'all can hear me. But I guess I'm gonna have to use a tripod. Now, the reason why you see me in a towel is because I'm like, I need to get better with quit trying to always schedule content and like sometimes just get on here when I feel led. And I'm like, you know what? It's easy to show people who you are when you're on camera, especially if you know how to edit, because you can show what you want to show, whatever you. Y'all, I'm really trying to make. I'm really trying to shoot a video without trying to shoot a video, but I'm trying to make this make sense. All right, so I want y'all to be able to have an idea of seeing me in my chaos, because when you don't know somebody, anything can look like whatever, especially if we have control of the picture that we want to paint. But I want to give my audience that's following me, who's watching my videos, I want y'all to get an idea to see me in my chaos. Hold on, I'm about to put my phone on Do Not Disturb because we got all these distractions coming in. I got 2 alarms set. I got 1 alarm to let me not talk too damn much and be able to like remember to go start my car. And then my other alarm, I got a time that I want to be out this door. So I'm trying to be more intentional with shooting more content. So I'm just going to be on here chatting, even if nobody's in the views. I'm just going to channel my messages that come to me that I feel like, you know, might be that someone needs to hear. I might just be talking about what I got going on in life or whatever. So shit, I'm talking to myself since nobody's on here. But that's all right, because I know with the way that the algorithm works, this is going to go out. Like people are going to eventually click it, and YouTube's going to push this because I don't ever go on live. And for some reason, when I go on live, I don't know, I get better views than I do, at least on my other YouTube. I get better views because I go live more on that. But I get better views. I get more follows or subscribers versus me always, good morning, versus me always posting a video. So I'm about to change into a rub because y'all ain't thinking y'all about to get a free show while you good morning me, Jeff. That's not what this is. My content is for females. You can stay. You're more than welcome. But just because you see me in a towel, I'm about to put on a robe. Thank you. But I'm on here because I want people to see more of like an authentic view of people that they're typically watching. So I'm about to transition to my robe. I got to get ready for work. But I was trying to talk to females, but you could chill with me, Jeff, for the time being. Let me transition into my robe. I'll keep talking. So what inspired me to go on here and just start shooting myself live. I hope that's not loud, y'all, in the background, but I'm trying to make this comfortable for me because I do not go on live these days. But I'm trying to get in the habit of doing more things when I feel led to do it versus me always planning my life, because I feel like life sometimes gets too, dang, I got 11 views. I mean, 11 people. Good morning. Good morning. I'm just talking, getting myself together. What's up, y'all? Good morning. Yes, I am barefoot, but y'all, I need a pedicure. Oh, you can't even see. Y'all, I do not be on live. Good morning. Good morning. Anyways, I was hopping in here because I really wanted to talk to my ladies because that's who this audience is for. And I just want to tell you, you know, if you're in a season where you feel like, y'all, off subject, get you some of these. These are travel size. I use these in the shower. Baby, it cleans my pores out so good. That's why my face looking all red, y'all. I was scrubbing the shit out of my face. But good morning, y'all. Anyways, y'all distracting me. Anyways, get y'all some of those. But I wanted to get on here for the women who are in a season where they feel like it's lonely. I just want you to, I wanted to come on here as motivation and tell you to just keep going. Men too, like, but this my audience is ladies. And the reason why I wanted or felt led to give you that message is because, one, I know how it feels. I've been in one of those seasons of what may feel like loneliness for 3 years. I've been abstinent for 3 years. And y'all going away like, she ain't giving it up. Bye. No, I'm just joking, y'all. Y'all should have seen it went from 21 to 6 followers when I said that. I don't care. To me, I look at that as the energy that's not for me needs to get up out of here, because this is not that. See, where all them views came was I started off in this towel, but I wanted y'all to get an idea of like who you're watching, what is their life when they're not on the camera. So y'all seeing me live, y'all seeing me in a very vulnerable moment. Y'all seeing my face all red. I mean, y'all seeing me look crazy. No makeup, no nothing. This is like totally against. Thank you. And I really appreciate you saying that, because you know what? What's your name? Wawan? I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm messing it up. But I'm in a season where like I feel overweight. So I appreciate you saying that, even though I don't need the validation, because I be in the gym. It's just those eating habits, y'all. Can anybody relate to that? Especially like when life gets to life in. A white man, I can't get into white man. I be trying. But it's kind of like I feel like they're not going to understand my culture, or maybe I don't understand theirs. And it's not like about a black or white thing, because I have Russian in me, right? So that's, my mom looks white, so that's definitely not the issue. I think it's just based off of like the way that I grew up. I don't know if I feel like they're not going to understand. I don't know if I feel like I have shame. I don't know. It's the way that we're wired, I guess. But maybe I should try white men. It's just like every time I try, they're so corny to me. So I need a white man with some swag. That's probably what it is. I don't know. Because you know what, y'all? I'll be watching this guy on TikTok, and the way that he be dancing and just kind of, I'm like, but you know what? He's probably too young for me. And I don't want to get misled by what I'm looking at and feel like a perv, but he is a fine white man. And he be knowing all the little TikTok dances, and he be looking so, I don't know, just very yummy. So maybe you're right. Maybe I should get into white men. I don't know. But I'm not in a dating season. So whenever I decide to get back out here, perhaps I will. You guys, I'm in the process of about to be a surrogate. So I am 36 years old. My son will be 18 in less than about a month. And it'll be about a month, March 9th. And then my youngest, she will be 15 this year. So like I am really in a season where I'm trying to focus on my career, because I've always been a single mom. So I've always had to really like focus on my kids, make sure we're living all right, you know? And I haven't really had an opportunity to focus on myself, or I'm like always in relationships. And then ultimately, when you're in a relationship, what do? You pour into your lover, right? So, and they weren't, just the energy wasn't reciprocated. And I'm not pointing any fingers, because we all have to take accountability, you know, where we grew from. But I was definitely pouring more into others than they were pouring back into me. So I've been in a season for 3 years now, you know, just basically working on me, focusing on me, pouring all that love and energy into me. And it took for me to have to really go through like a spiritual awakening to get to this point. But the more that I have focused on me and not really pay any attention to the men, guess what? I'm getting a lot of shit done. And I feel like I'm zooming past a lot of individuals. You know, granted, I had to make a couple of sacrifices, you know, like come back home where my support is, knowing I've worked so hard to move from my old hometown. So it's kind of like you almost feel like you failed. But then again, when you've been away from your hometown more than you've, you know, been there, it's still a win in a sense, right? Because it's nothing wrong with going back, especially when you're trying to financially make better decisions when you see the economy is shifting. So I had to be vulnerable, you know, be open to want to talk about that. Because like our hometown always looks at you as like, you failed. But then I look at it like, I don't really give a fuck what none of these people think, because they haven't done half of the shit that I've done. And when you have the opportunity to leave where you're from and see that there's so many more things out here in this world, like I had a great opportunity as a kid, because I'm very diverse, just because I was a military brat. So I was able to see a lot at a very young age. Like I lived in Japan as a child. So I've always had a culture of differences around me. I've always just, had a very open mind. And where my child support, you study paying on YouTube when little Daquan needs school. Ooh, you trolls be coming in here. I'm gonna keep talking to myself and act like y'all not here. Why is y'all coming for me? But thank you for the engagement, because you know what that does? That lets more people see me. So when I get off of here, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm like gained 10 subscribers. So thank you. I don't know what you talked about, sis, but I started the conversation off saying I'm a good mother and I pour into all these people and I'm back into pouring into me. But I thought just for a moment you was my baby daddy starting some shit, because I know they be stalking me on my social medias, even though I try to keep them blocked. And that's what that energy felt like. Y'all troll a different way. Jesus. But y'all are distracting me, so I'm going to continue to talk. So I have been able to just see a lot. So I've always known that there's so much more that I wanted to life, right? Than just where I ended up having to be. Which my mom, when I was young, when she basically got a divorce, she ended up like coming back to Toledo, which is my hometown, Toledo, Ohio. And it was a smart choice for her because this is where her support was. Kind of like where I'm at now. My mom was a business owner. She had a daycare, for many, many years. And, even though her and her ex-husband didn't work out, I kind of felt like when my mom came back, I kind of feel like it was such a culture shock for everybody. She just stayed stuck. And a lot of people do this. They give up on their dreams. Granted, they have to make certain sacrifices, but they get stuck. Y'all, I'm trying to focus on my brows more than I'm talking. I'm sorry. But I think that when you take the time out to really think about the things that you want in your life, and you create a plan and you put more of that energy and time that you would typically put into that plan, I really truly believe that the trajectory of your life changes just based off of you transitioning into your habits, right? And I feel like that's the difference. The people that get stuck, they just get stuck in their ways and they don't change their habits. And that's just because more so they don't open their mind. My mom, not to talk about her, but I know it's hard transitioning from a business owner and then having to go back to work. Like that really messes with your mindset. Speaking from experience. And it took for me to go through certain, experiences and challenges, because I've always been entrepreneur spirited, but I would always keep a job more so just because of the security of it. But I don't think I've always played the game the best way that I can, if that makes sense. And with my mom, she's still in his hometown. Her kids are grown. One of my sisters don't even live here, which is her other daughter. Now, granted, I know that she loves that I'm here, but girl, why? And she would be ready to go. Like she know it's just a matter of time before I'm leaving. I'm just waiting for God to call me, because it's a difference between, at one point I used to run. I don't know what I was running from. I guess myself, thinking that if I moved to a different environment, a different place, I wouldn't have the same problems, thinking it was the city or the energy. And in a sense it was. But at the same time, if you want your outward to change, you got to start with inward. And I didn't know that for a long time. But by the time I moved back here this time, I did. And now I'm not in a rush to just go. I'm in a great financial situation. I have an amazing job, making the most money I've ever made from an employer, and that's not to brag, but I remember where I've been for the past 3 years. And I was looking right now while I'm doing my taxes, because I'm over here waiting on quite a few 1099s. When you try to get extra income, I see why people get those extensions in April, because I'm over here trying to calculate to the T, okay, what all did I do? Because I basically work for me more than I held a job. And that's like completely the opposite, besides when I completely worked for myself years ago. And I'm like, for me to have collected unemployment at some points of these years, I did a pretty good damn job. So I'm trying to write shit off. Thank God for having a business or some other income. Like, learn how to do your taxes. I mean, that's good. Pay an accountant if you can afford it, but learn what the hell is going on with your money. Learn. Like, y'all, when you're by yourself, there is so many different things that you can learn. Like, I'm learning how to trade. I'm really understanding the shit. Like, I'm learning how to trade. I'm really, truly learning how the wealthy get wealthy. And I love that for me, because I'm typically the individual who always has to figure things out anyway. So, like, just don't stop ever growing. Don't stop investing in yourself. And sometimes when you're committed to so many different relationships in certain seasons of your life, you lose that. That's why it's so important, before you get in a relationship, you learn who you were. And I think that's why I had so many relationships that have failed. I mean, granted, they still weren't the right guys for me, but I can't really know what I want in a partner if I truly don't know thyself. So learn thyself. The only way that you're going to learn thyself is if you truly focus on you. I'm like, hey, I got a mirror here. I can look at them while I'm talking to them. Y'all can really see how vulnerable I'm being. I'm using y'all as a mirror. Who does that? I guess because y'all don't know me, I don't give a fuck. Y'all think I look like Rudolph right now, and y'all on here talking about you're beautiful, and I appreciate that. I truly appreciate that. But I'm just like, damn, it really don't take much, and I love that for me. Because sometimes I don't feel like doing much, but I gotta be confident in the not doing no much. You know what I mean? In the not doing no much. Not y'all. I'm over here stumbling on my words while I'm trying to talk shit. Don't mind me. Let's see. Okay. I gotta quit lollygagging with y'all. I can still talk, but I need to really freaking play. I just been running my mouth. And that's why I'll be wanting to go on live, because I'll be like, y'all really unless I'm following a script, which I'm really not good at, y'all do not want me on here, because I will just be talking about a whole bunch of shit. I'm gonna be like, this bitch got ADHD. Yep, I think I'm undiagnosed. But you know what? That's how I get a lot of shit done that a lot of people don't. So it's a blessing. But what are y'all up to? I'm just rambling about me. Like, why are y'all on live this early in the morning? I don't be watching no lives live. Maybe I need to start. And I feel bad because I don't do this live thing. I'm like, I'm not really talking back to y'all. Like, I'm talking to y'all, but I'm not really reading the messages, because I know that if I do that, what's going to happen is it's going to slow me down. So I'm sorry. I'll have to get back on here and chop it up with y'all again. But yeah, y'all, I used to care about so much stuff. Like, and then another thing, I don't live in a bigger city no more. So I don't really care. Like, sometimes, usually a lot of times, they get skin moisturizer. When I say they, when I go to work, they get skin moisturizer. And a lot of times when I go out, but tinted moisturizer, which is like a foundation. And then they get my brows, and I might put some lashes on, or I might do mascara. But lately it's just been mascara. This is not kind of not like I wanted to. I might have to use the mirror, y'all. I think this lighting fucking me up. But I don't be feeling like that. And y'all, I be meeting with executive directors and everything. But shit, they don't be looking like they put. I'm gonna shut up. I was about to say, it don't look like they put lotion on their face some days, and I don't want that to come off shady. because I notice people at work follow me, and I hate fucking social media sometimes because how did you even find me? And I don't want to tell like a regional sales director, you can't be my Instagram friend. Cause she be supporting me and shit, but like I don't like people watching me that much. Just y'all have old coworkers. They don't say shit to me, don't like nothing, but they be in my stories every time I post. I think that shit is so weird. Like, say fucking hi. Friends do that too. Like, why the fuck do y'all be? Why do y'all just watch, but y'all don't support? That is called a hater to a certain degree, depending on who it is. But I don't be liking people just watching me, and you ain't fucking helping my algorithm get pushed. But I get it. They don't understand that they not in this world. But damn, love the shit or something. Show some type of support. Y'all be having people watch my shit, don't like my shit. And guess who got on the outfit that I might have been wearing? It ain't the same outfit, but it'd be like the way that I put it together. That shit would be posted a few weeks later. I guess I'm a trendsetter to a certain degree. They better not hope I get rich. I'm gonna do it on a budget, y'all. But I'm gonna really fuck them up. I'm petty like that. I'll put on a show. I need to stop that shit. It's my ego. I'll put on a show, especially for the people that did me wrong. Because let me tell y'all something. When I get a man again, like when I decide I really want one, niggas is gonna be sick. When I got out of my last relationship, I had all these men telling me how ugly my ex was. Excuse me. Why are we judging other men? Who does that? Are you gay? Like, who the fuck does that? And I get it. Like, we judge ourselves, right? We judge ourselves, so it's easy to judge other people. And you probably saying it in a vulnerable moment to me, thinking it's a safe space, which you shouldn't think it's a safe space if we don't have that type of relationship anyway. But you want to tell me because you in your head think that you are better than the person that I was with or who you think I should be with, and then you want to tell me when you see I'm single. That is corny. But if somebody was smart and had good intentions, they would be like, oh, okay, she can love people for more than just shallow reasons. Oh, that would be a plus for the right person. But one thing I am not doing, because I was dating down respectfully at some points, I am not dating nobody I am not attracted to no more. No. And I don't care who don't agree with me because this is my world and I just have certain things that I want. And I'm not about to be saying that looks is not important to a certain degree. It ain't everything. Hell no. And I'm not saying that it outmeasures others. But what I am saying is, to me, I know how fucking pretty I am. You ain't about to be looking like death. First of all, on the strength of me being on your arm, you're going to look way better to other women and other men because they automatically going to want to know, like, how you get hurt. Like, you know how many people was trying to figure out how certain people got me? And they always thought, oh, he got money, huh? No, I had the money. I don't date like that no more. You learn, you grow. But what I will say is the price definitely went up on the strength of because my price went up. And my price went up because fuck the physical. How are you on the inside? And that's where a lot of people have me messed up at. People don't put the work in on themselves. Like, they just don't. People don't work on themselves. They stay stuck. And that's one of the reasons why I'm still single. Because I've tried to date. It's so easy, like when you're abstinent and you're not really like out here just being open in that way with people. It's very easy to discern things that you might second guess typically, or the lies that you might tell yourself or make an excuse. Like, it's very easy to do that. It's very easy to read people. It's very easy to see what people's intentions are, because it's like either your actions match your words or they don't. And when you start working and healing yourself and your inner child, guess what? Things are not that easy to be freaking looked over or get over on you. So I'm not the easiest person for people to want to try to approach anyway, because as soon as they encounter me and give me that energy exchange, they're going to see, yeah, I can't get much over on her. She knows too much, because I'm going to make people look within. And it's not on purpose. It's just who I am. I mean, and now that I've done a lot of work, I'm like, that's what my whole brand is over, like glowing yourself up. Like, I am addicted to self-development, personal development, just putting yourself in a healthier space. Like, mental health is so important, y'all. It's so important. I still look red from this. I don't know if it's the light. Nope, I'm still red. Y'all, I was working out in the sauna this morning. Look so flushed. And I've been red ever since. That's all right. I'll be Rudolph today. I'm not tripping. I was going to do some blush, but I ain't today. I am red enough. I just don't be feeling like, I mean, it's gloomy. I don't be feeling like doing full faces. I used to. The older I get, the more I embrace just my natural beauty. Should my face, my skin be clear, like not having all that stuff in me. And now that I be trying to be more health conscious and not only paying attention to what I put in me, but what also I put on me. And I'm not like a OCD freak about it, but I just try to be, aware. And if whoever's watching this, if you're like that too, there's this app called the Yuka app, YUKA. Highly recommend. I do pay for the membership, and this is not an ad. I'm just saying, highly recommend, because you can just scan it, like scan the barcode, and it tells you like all the additives, all the hazardous stuff in there. So you can just, make better decisions when it comes to your health. If that's something you into. I mean, we can't be perfect, but we can try to be mindful. Like I'm a benefits consultant, so I'm in the health industry, and I deal with seniors. I deal with like nursing home communities. I have 14 buildings currently. So I see a lot of shit. So I travel all the way from Toledo to like the Columbus area. I got 3 buildings in the Columbus area. I see a lot, and I've been selling insurance for going on 4 years. So I'm seeing medications. I'm seeing, the people that they don't eat all that nonsense. They're way older. They sound younger. They still be active. They're very cautious with what they put in their body, just like eating the right things, not a bunch of processed foods and stuff like that. And then I talk to the individuals that might need to change their insurance plan, and they sound like death, and they're 20 plus years younger, and they're on 20, 30 medications. And I'm knowing that 9 times out of 10, they're on all of those medications on the strength of somebody else. Well, you give me a medication and that's causing something else going on in your body. And now you're on another medication. Who wants to live like that? And they can't move and they're not active and their finances is jacked up. And you know what? Not only is their finances jacked up, they're in a bad mental state. And everybody that I hear talk to me always has found God by then, with whoever, they feel like that is or how that is. Doesn't matter. Believe in something. Shit. And they be so messed up they can't even work. They don't be having good relationships with their kids because of the choices that they made. Because you be wondering, like, how are they so lonely? How are they so lonely? They don't have nobody. You be feeling bad for these people. And then those ones who are in better spirits, who sound younger, who don't be on the medication, their finances be way better. Because wealth is health, right? Thought I almost said it wrong. They be having families that be loving on them, or they be in mother-in-law suites, or, they just have a very calming spirit. And you can tell that they are more of a light than the darkness, that you run into. And, I don't know. I'm one of those individuals who are I just know everything is connected. So, like, I be tapped in spiritually. I'm big on how things work energetically. I'm into like quantum physics and stuff like that. So I really be like just paying attention. I see so many symbolic signals and symbols, and I don't know. It's just easy for me to read what's not in between what would be in between the lines for most, but it's just easy for me to read on what's going on. That's when you take the time out to educate yourself and stuff. But people gotta people gotta be you gotta be intentional with your body. If your body's not working, I mean, that's your vehicle. You don't got nothing. If your hands don't work, how you gonna use your phone and make money on your phone? Like, if your mouth don't work, how you gonna use that mouthpiece and be doing public speaking? If those feet don't work, how the hell you going to work? You rolling on the wheelchair? Like, what you doing? You just we got to make better decisions, especially when we get to a certain age and we just have certain responsibilities, or you get tired of hitting your head over and over again. Like, you get tired of doing that. You get tired of making the same mistakes. You get tired of learning the same lessons. You got to start changing your habits. You got to replace them with better habits to be able to make those shifts, those identity shifts. Being single, I have quantum leaped into, I don't know who this person is, going 3 years without busting it open for somebody's son. What the fuck is going on with me? That sounded so hoish. But I'm just saying, like, now it's nothing. I'm about to be a surrogate. Ain't nobody about to be doing nothing to me while me carrying somebody's baby. You know what I mean? Just like, and I don't want nobody's son stressing me out. I ain't never been able to have a peaceful pregnancy. So this is exciting for me to be able to give somebody this gift. They're saying I should be pregnant like by end of March, beginning of April. And I think I'm going to share the journey with y'all, because this will be different. I'm older now versus having kids early, right out of high school. And I don't want no more kids for myself, but look at y'all. Every time I talk about being abstinent or a surrogate, the numbers drop in half. That is so funny to me. Like, they hang up on me. But I don't know. I just want to be in a good mental space. I want to be able to give, this couple this gift and just be able to, like, have a great experience. I haven't been able to have a great experience. So I'm truly looking forward to just the transition. Truly. But y'all, I've got to get dressed. So this month, I'm doing this theme, caring for the caregivers. So instead of me focusing on residents at my building, worried about getting them in the plans because it's a slow month anyway, I'm like, well, my nurses, my director of nursing, the executive director, my plan liaisons, those are the individuals, my social service workers, they're the ones that get me the leads. So let me love on them for the next few months. So month of February, as I go to my buildings, I'm doing a little bit of like coffee and donuts, coffee and cookies and donuts, muffins, whatever junk they shouldn't have, but they be really appreciating the coffee and stuff. So it gives me an opportunity to just bring more brand awareness to the business, be able to, help them remember my face, help them remember my name. Most importantly, they'll remember me and the interaction because they got some free coffee or free donuts or whatever the case may be. Like they really just be appreciating you feeding them. So I'm about to go set up a table at one of my buildings, go pick up this order from Dunkin' Donuts. My ass talk about health conscious, and here I am feeding them junk. But I mean, they appreciate it. So it's simple, $100 invested, I'll get it back 10 times fold. As far as making the company more money. So that's what I have planned. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I got to go get dressed. So see y'all later.